Who's that? Peace, y'all. Alright, so I want to do this broadcast talking about word themes. Um, 2016, hell, 2015. I almost hate it when people say, "Oh, it was a bad year," whoop my ass, which is what was about to come out of my mouth. But honestly, I learned a lot. 2015, 2016. I've learned a lot my whole freaking life. You know, it's all come to a head now to I really understand what I can do with what I learned. So, I just want to do this broadcast to kind of encourage you to pick a theme. Pick something that you're going to focus on for. There's people walking behind me. I'm outside. Pick something that you're going to focus on for the coming year. 2017 is a 1 year, so it's like the beginning, starting of things, because 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7, 10, and then it boils down to 1. I've picked sovereignty for my word, because I can't remember where of course I knew that word for a long time, but I can't remember where I first started just really, really connecting to that word. And I'm like a freaking nerd, and I'm always looking up stuff in the dictionary. So I wrote this down because it's like the word itself talks all about you being disconnected from not disconnected, but uncontrolled by outside influences. And I know in my life I've had plenty of times where other people's thoughts, other people's actions, their own beliefs, their own perceptions have influenced me to do some shit I don't even want to do. So sovereignty, if you just go like on Google and you put in define and you put whatever word you're looking up, it means a supreme ruler, especially a monarch, possessing supreme or ultimate power. And I like that second definition, possessing supreme or ultimate power, because I feel like that's the goal. That's the goal that all of us should be trying to reach. Having supreme and ultimate control over our own lives. Not allowing our families to dictate what decisions we're going to make, what kind of life we're going to live. Not allowing our friends to dictate that, unless you have good friends now. That's a whole other subject. Getting around people, or good families for that matter too, who are encouraging, who are about something, who are trying to make sure that you're advancing in life, that you're not just remaining still, or you're not just, who is this dude just walking through my yard? Really? Okay. Anyway. That you are actually advancing in life, and that you are actually getting somewhere instead of just remaining stagnant. And stagnancy will kill you. You have to advance and grow. Everybody, I'm 30, I'm about to be 37 here in, December 5th. That's what, 2 weeks, not that long. By this time of this decade, this damn near 4 decades I've been on this planet, almost. I should have advanced way, way farther than I have thus far. And then he's walking back and smiling and shit. Okay, anyway. So, because of our society, because of different religions, just a whole lot of different things. We don't advance the way we should, or the way we could. So 2017 for me is all about recreating my life, moving forward, and doing it on my own terms, and not based off of anybody else's dictations, anybody else's expectations, anybody else's desires. Doing me. And I've really, 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 really gotten to a point where I'm like, you know what? Everything that's not helping me to advance, everything that's not, as they say, serving me, needs to be cut off. So the rest of 2016, and you know how people make their New Year's resolutions, and they make them in January, and all that good stuff. I suggest you do it now. Like, now. Before 2017 actually comes, do the prep work now. I actually just got through doing something that's prep for 2017. I actually bought this domain name. I'm not going to tell you yet, but it's my brand name. It's perfect. Like, literally, I was telling my daughter about it, and I was excited. I've been going back and forth for a while about it. I had a website and a domain name. I'm just not excited about it anymore. It doesn't speak to... It's not very brandable. It's okay, but it doesn't really speak to what I really want to put out there, and the gifts and the things I want to share. This one does, and I just paid for it. So that's doing things, actual tangible things, to get you to where you want to be and to get you to your goal. And my goal, one of my goals, is to serve and help women know who they are, walk in what they are, and actually live a life that speaks to, that's proof that they are powerful beings. You know, it's one thing to say you're powerful. It's one thing to say you're sovereign. It's one thing to say you're a goddess. It's one thing to say you're a god. It's one thing to say whatever. But to actually have that tangible, the coins to show it, and not just money coins, but happiness, fulfilling relationships, joy in your life, living the way you want to live, being in the environment that you want to be in, having the career or business that you want to have, having the relationships with your family, your friends, whomever that you want. That's all wealth. That's all coins too. That's all part of being an actual goddess. And I have a Facebook group now that's called the Actualized Goddess. I'm not feeling that either. I wanted something that absolutely encompassed exactly what I'm trying to put out there, and I found that. Like, I was like laughing, joking, happy. I get this feeling of like complete joy when I talk about this name that I came up with. So sovereignty is my word for 2017, and I just really want to get to a point where, and continue cultivating, and also encourage others to cultivate this mindset that no one can fuck with you. No one can deter you from your desires. No one can keep you from doing what it is that you want to do, period. And it's not just business, it's not just relationship, it's like everything. You know, I want to get to a point where I posted up this video earlier of this guy and a woman. The man in the scenario, one of the men in the scenario, had cheated on his wife, and the other guy called the wife of the guy, and he was married to, it's complicated, you gotta look at the video. He called the wife, and basically he screwed her right in front of them. That's savage. That's beast. I love that. Why? Because that's like, okay, I understand tears have a place, but I want to be a beast. Like, I want to encompass this beast-like mentality. Like, fuck you. Like, you did this, and this, you're going to feel what I feel, my pain, and you're going to sit here and watch me do what you just did to me. And that goes across the board. Like, I don't want to have any remorse. I don't want to have... you can cry me a river for what you did, basically. I don't need to sit here and be upset based off of your indiscretions. And like I said, it goes across. That's not just relationships. That's everything. I want to make no apologies, no excuses for anything that goes on in my life. I'm not going to shed tears about any relationship. I'm not going to shed tears about or be upset about any job, because I'm going to create exactly what the fuck I want. And if anything, any person, any situation does not fit into that, they can go. A very queen-like, a very monarch-like, a very ruler-like mentality. One of my things is off with their heads. Cut it off. Anything that does not fit, anything that's not submitting to my rulership and my will, they can go. They can be cut off. Period. So, immersing myself in that mentality, encouraging other women to immerse themselves in that mentality, I know for a fact that that is what it's going to take to change things permanently, to get women back in their rightful energy and exuding their influence on the planet, period. It's not going to come from us being timid. It's not going to come from us being nice. It's not going to come from us taking shit, period. It's going to have to come from us getting ruthless and not taking any kind of behavior that, is not acceptable, period. If it's not acceptable behavior, there's not going to be any moment of hesitation. There's not going to be any moment of, well, let me think about that. It's going to be straight cut off with your head, period. Like I said, I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff in my group. I don't know if I can change the name of the group. I might have to make a new group. That's fine. But I'm going to do, for consistency across the board, name everything that I'm associated with the same thing, so people can find me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, on Snapchat, whatever it is. Because 2017 is going to be about business, about multiple streams of income, passive income at that. So everything that I'm doing now is involving cutting off everything that's going to distract me from staying that course. Because hell, in 2016 I had some really good ideas. I had some really good starts. I had some really good beginnings. I learned a lot of stuff about getting out of the beast mode. Exactly. I had a lot of I know a lot of shit. I really do. But what I've figured out is knowing is not good enough. Doing is what counts. And if you can do one action sustainably, consistently, over and over again, that's what's going to get you results, rather than all this knowledge you're spitting, all these words that you're talking. And I had to check myself on that. Like, oh, I got the mindset down. I can talk about it. I can teach about it. I can do all this stuff. But being consistent with it and getting ruthless. And my last little thing that had me fucked up, let me tell you, my last little piece what had me fucked up was that forgiveness shit. And the law of attraction shit. I'm finna go ham on that. You gotta let go of that. You gotta forgive everybody. You do not. And I already know there's plenty of people who don't agree with that. It does not matter. You can continue to do that if you want to. You can continue to forgive people who have not made amends. People have to pay for the indiscretions that they've done, because they've created an energetic imbalance between you and them. And if they want to get back in your good graces, they have to make amends for that, period. That's what had me fucked up. And two, the law of attraction. The common teachings is whatever you're putting out there, it's just coming back to you, and that's just you attracting it. That's only half the story. That is true to an extent. It's very true to an extent. There's also the law of repulsion. That's the opposite. Everything has an equal and opposite. So for everybody that's writing all these books that talk about the law of attraction and say, oh, what you're putting out there, you're just getting it back, so you need to deal with it, or you need to fix it, and you need to love the person, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. They don't tell you half the story. And quite frankly, if you only give me half the story, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, learn the law of repulsion. And I have not found anything about it, so that's why I'm going to be the one to bring it to you. My YouTube channel, I'm going to change the name. I can't change the name of my YouTube channel. So, I'm going to change it to the name. I'm not going to announce. I'm going to do a formal announcement on my channel. Right now, it's called The Scientific Witch. Okay? Scientific Witch. Okay? On YouTube. So, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I have finally purged myself of the bullshit mentalities of, you know, dealing with certain things and having to tolerate certain things and feeling like I can fix everything. You being powerful does not mean you can fix people. It's not your job to fix and heal people. And if it sounds like I'm going off like on a rant, I'm just telling you my experience so that you can, because I already know other sisters go through this, that they've had this drilled in their head, because I had it drilled in mine, you know, that you have to forgive and you have to let people, you know, do things. Honey, I will cut anybody off. If I sat here and told you all the amounts of people that I have cut off, that most people will tell you, oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, you have to talk to this person. You have to, no. Only people I have to deal with are people that are paying me. And that's namely right now at a job. If I'm going to work right now and I have to deal with you, I will deal with you. But guess what? I got tricks and ways to deal with even that. If you are annoying me, taking away my peace, or making me uncomfortable, I got ways to deal with that too. But I'm cultivating a life where I ain't even got to really deal with too many people I don't want to deal with. And I'm telling you, you have to harness your own power and build your own clout and build your own shit to be in that position where you don't have to deal with motherfuckers at all. Okay? So it's a process. I've been coached, but oh my God. Look, if you want to know the truth about some of these coaches out here, some of these mentors, some of these spiritual teachers, I got you. Because I have genuinely wanted to learn from certain people and gone to them and then gotten the reality of the fact that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's just unapologetically true. They really only have half the story, and they're not willing to investigate why things aren't really working the way they really truly want them to work, because they're not giving you the whole story. So, you know, you can Google law of repulsion. You're not going to get much but scientific stuff. But as far as in a metaphysical aspect of it, I'm going to have to bring it to you, because they ain't talking about it. People around here telling you that you're attracting things and you deserve this because you created it. I'm telling you, telling women that they create and they deserve certain things. Let me cut off my phone, the ringer. That they deserve certain things and they attracted certain things, and that's why they're getting what they're getting. I have gone down in the pits of hell to find out that that ain't the damn truth. It's not. It's not. It's just not. Oh my gosh. It pisses me off to think that people teach that. And upon more further investigation, the people that are teaching this ain't even living the life that they're trying to get you to supposedly live. It's ridiculous. So 2017, I'm telling you, you know, make a comment even after I go off live. Make a comment, pick a word, you know, take your time with it. Find a word that resonates with you, that really speaks to you and is going to drive you and fuel you through 2017. Because, you know, it's me personally, I found out I have a lot of fire in my chart. A whole lot. Oh my gosh. Like, I have a disproportionate amount of fire. And fire is hot, and it sparks, and it gets stuff done. But without air, you know, air, if you know, those bellows they use on a fire to kind of get the air. And if you put a cover over like a candle that's in glass, truth and power. I think you're just putting power for truth. Power is a good word. Sagittarius. But if you don't have air to kind of keep that going, the fire will die out. That was me all day. I found that out, and I said, well, damn, that's why I can come up with all these really good ideas. I can get so excited about stuff, and then it kind of, ooh, you're a Sagittarius too, girl? Yes. And then it kind of dies down. And I've had to really work and cultivate and add that air element. And I have, Do I have no water? I have no water in my chart. It's crazy. My energy, I'm talking about my natal chart and then the elements, okay? None. No water. I have less air and very little earth. My children are both earth signs. And I always said they help me with a lot of stuff. My children are very down to earth, literally. Very stable. So I think that's why they're in my life. Because they're both earth signs. They're both Taurus. Both earth. And it's just really interesting how we interact. They do keep me grounded. Because I'll go all off on something. And it's good to have fire, but without it being balanced with those other elements, it'll get you crazy. So when I found that out, I was like, oh, that's why. I'd be like, how was I so excited about this? I just went through, I'm answering La Michelle's question. She said, how'd you find it out? I just took my natal chart, and then you know how each element, each sign is associated with an element. Like Sagittarius is fire and Aries, what is it? And Leo is fire and Aries. And then, you know, Taurus is earth. You know, the earth signs, the 3 signs in each element. There's 4 elements: earth, air, fire, water. And then each one is associated with the element. You take that and break it down into how many you have. You see what I'm saying? I hope that's clear. So you break that down and you figure out, like, I have like 6 fire, 2 earth, 2 air, and 0 water, or something like that. I think that adds up. So I was like, oh, so that's why. So my natural energy is that way. But that doesn't mean that I can't work on adding those elements. That doesn't mean that I can't cultivate those other energies and end up actually changing my natal chart. You know, as far as it expresses, because I don't believe your natal chart is the energy you came into this realm with. Over the years, that changes because of your life experiences, things that you work on, self-development and stuff like that. So Sun, Sag, Moon, Leo, Aries. Okay, I'm not a astrological expert, but I do know enough to figure that out. But yeah, my moon is in Gemini. Yeah, so I know y'all probably like, that's interesting if you know anything about astrology. But yeah, and my sun's in Sagittarius. Yeah. So anyway, if you find out that you have those different energies, you can add those by using crystals, herbs, meditations, breathings, visualizations, whatever. So a lot of different things you can do. Yeah, all you gotta do is go on, like, you can just, if you have your natal chart already, just figure out what elements go with each sign, and then you can figure out how many you have, if you have like an imbalance or whatever. And then you just add those elements that you lack, and then you can kind of balance yourself out. So if you notice certain characteristics about yourself, that you're always like you're a starter, but you don't finish. If you don't have a lot of air, that could be the energetic reason why. So that's just one of the things that I want to talk about, because I find this stuff very interesting. It's like practical tools to actually help you, instead of just, you know, giving people this generic stuff that, oh, you're just attracting that. Okay, you know, I fell for that for a while. I was like really with it. I was like, you know, let me sit down. This is me. I'm attracting this. You know, I deserve this abuse, and I deserve this person to be talking to me crazy and all this. So let me figure out how I'm doing this. At the end of the day, though, that good sense kicked in, and it was like, you know what, Lisa, you're not really doing all of this crap. You're not doing anything. It's that person. It's not you. So you can't take on everybody's energy and take responsibility for everybody's shit. And it's not your responsibility to heal other people. It is not your responsibility to love them to life. I used to say that shit. You know, I say, oh, I love you to death. And then I try to get all deep and say, oh no, I'm going to say I'm going to love you to life. I'm rolling my eyes at myself. No. Just a bunch of mess. I can't stand that I did that. That I even had those thoughts. I'm gonna love you to life. Is it my job to do that? Did I give birth to you? Am I required to be sustaining you and shit? No, girl. I'm telling you, I can't do it no more, and I will not do it anymore. Sovereignty. I rule this, and anything that's in alignment with this, come on in. But guess what? At any time, if it falls out of alignment, if at any time they decide they don't want to act right, law of repulsion. Now that comes in. So yes, you attract what you are. Yes, you attract certain people into your life. But guess what? Once they, at any given time, because we are all sovereign beings in reality, at any given time they can decide, well, I ain't gonna act right no more, I ain't with that no more, I ain't gonna do that. Okay. Because if you have that knowledge up front, and you know that people can change and people can move and people can decide they ain't gonna keep up to their commitments and whatever they say they was gonna do, then you can make your own sovereign decision to be like, you know what, bye. And if you really cultivate that self-love, and I'm not talking about getting your hair done and getting your nails done, because yes, I used to think that shit too. Oh, because I did my little locks and, you know, twisting them up and got them all cute today. I got my nails done and I'm doing my little yoni breathing and stuff for that self-love. No. Real self-love, that is a part of it. That is definitely a part of it. Yes, adornment and self-care is definitely a part of self-love, but it's only a part. The deepest self-love is self-preservation. Let me say it again. The deepest self-love, the most basic fundamental, and basic fundamental shit you need. If you don't have basic fundamentals, everything else is going to fall apart. Everything you build on top of that will not work. Okay? The first law of the jungle, and this is a damn jungle we in. This ain't no cutesy play. I don't know who came up with this, that this is the lovey-dovey realm, and that, you know, it's all love and light. I don't know who sold that lie, but that is not where we are. We are in the jungle right now. Have you been outside and seen people homeless on the street? How they get there? Because they didn't master something. Their finances got messed up. Somebody kicked them out the house. I don't know. Something happened. They are now at the mercy of the streets. They're at the mercy of the elements. They're at the mercy of people. They're at the mercy of their hunger because they ain't got no food to eat. Come on. We're in the jungle. So all this lovey-dovey, love your neighbor, and please don't get me wrong. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is wonderful. You know, loving your neighbor and all that is wonderful. But, you know, listen to what it said. Love your neighbor as yourself. You have to love yourself first to love your neighbor. And coming with all that, you have to preserve yourself. You can't serve from an empty cup. You can't give to nobody if you ain't got nothing to give. So your best bet to be the most powerful force you can be, to be the most influential, to be one who could actually give, is to actually be a person who has some shit to give, and to have a cup that is full, and to preserve yourself and keep yourself together so you can give to someone else. How can you give if you have nothing to give them? So the first fundamental thing you must do is preserve yourself. Build yourself up and then preserve it. So that is the most important thing. Forget all this love and stuff. I'm going to love you and only love me. If I'm giving to you, you are now becoming a vampire. You are taking from me. The second law in my book is reciprocity. What I give to you, you must give to me. I don't believe in all that give. You don't give me nothing back. People got stuff twisted. Completely and utterly twisted. You know, yes, it is more blessed to give than to receive. I'm going to talk about that too. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down as soon as I get done. I'm going to touch on each and every one of these little points, because I be sitting around, I be thinking, and I analyze, and I live, and then I come back and I say, no, this didn't work, and why didn't it work? And then Spirit be talking to me, and it be like, okay. I'm telling you, being more blessed to give and receive, that means giving people value and giving them things they can use. The more you pump out and give to people, the more they trust you, the more they listen to you, the more they, you know, they have more stock in you because you've given them something. That's very true. You give and then you will receive in return. Most of the time. Some of the time even. Some of the time. But if you come across someone who is not reciprocating that, that's where the law of repulsion kicks in. I'm telling you, all these laws, there's the law, then there's the opposite of the law. There's attraction, there's repulsion, there's giving and there's receiving. You have to know when to flow between each one of these laws. It's not about, you know, I'm an attractor, I'm here attracting stuff. You're a repeller too. You might not be using it, you might not be actively repelling things, but that's your choice, that's your fault, that's what you're doing. So I'm here to tell you, learn how to push people away, you know, and do it early. Do it early. That's another thing for 2017. Zero tolerance. I think I wrote that. Yes, I did. I wrote that the other day on Facebook. On here, we on Facebook. I've been on a lot of stuff. Been on Facebook, be on YouTube and all that. But zero tolerance, honey. I've amazed myself lately. I be ignoring the hell out of people sometimes when they say something stupid to me. I just be like, I don't even say nothing. I just be like, okay. And like, I don't even let their stupidity get to me. I just be like, okay, whatever. Somebody said something to me the other day, and I'm like, isn't it obvious that that's what's going on? Why are you even talking? I just kind of, I literally have, I'm telling you, I'm very metaphysical with my shit. Energetic shields. It bounces off, and it don't even affect me no more. I used to be very affected by people and what they said to me, what they might do to me. It was almost like it stuck to me, and then it literally sucked the energy out of me. And I don't know if that's the empathic shit. I used to call myself that. I ain't gonna say I'm not, but you know, you feel everybody else's feelings, but you have to learn how to control that shit. You cannot let your empathy just suck you dry, and a lot of people do that, and I'm very prone to that. Literally, I've been in a relationship where I was sick as a freaking dog. Let the relationship go, all the health restored. Wow, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. No, it's not. The person was sucking you dry, because that's just how my energy is built. People are around me, I do feel them, but you got to put up some shields, and you also got to put people out. There ain't no reforming them, ain't no loving them. It's not gonna happen. And you can fuck around with it if you want to. If that makes you feel important, have at it. You report back to me and let me know how that works for you, because it didn't work for me, and I ain't seen it work for too many other people. I'm telling you, that person has to really, 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 really already want to be that way. You might trigger some things in them, you might kind of encourage them somewhat, but honey, do some natal chart readings on them or something. You gotta figure out what's really going on with people, because everybody ain't about that. Everybody is not going to, you know, respond to your loving. There's many people who respond to your fucking them up, though. Let me say it again. There are many people who respond to you fucking them up. Look, I got story upon story. I started talking shit to some people, and I got respect. All of a sudden, the niceness went away. Talking shit came out. All of a sudden, they doing right. I done got all kinds of, you know, monetary help and compensation shit that I never got before. All kind of respect I didn't get before. Start talking shit. I'm telling you. Everybody ain't you. Love is not, to me, the word love, if you look in the Hebrew, has to do with charity. To me, charity is giving. Y'all agree? Charity is giving. I don't mean I give everybody the same thing. I might be able to give this person over here love and affection and my sweetness. I'm very sweet, extremely sweet. They might respond to that. That might work for them, and we good. Then other people, I have to give them hell. So, and that works effectively. So, I like the label. If I gotta use one, I am that I am. I am whatever, you know. Ooh, I know I saw my sister Eolosha, my mentor, the one who got me. I mean, as far as really getting into certain things, that was the catalyst. I always tell her, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What thing that she used to say, am I a good witch? And yes, I practice the craft. Am I a good witch or a bad witch? I'm both. I'm whatever the situation calls for. So, oh, I love that. That's the best thing ever. I actually wrote that down, sis. If you still on the broadcast, I know I saw you give a little love in there. Girl, I wrote that down and put that on my altar. I'm whatever the situation calls for. Ain't none of this I'm loving light or I'm just this old mean, hateful thing. No. Exactly, Quentin. It's subjective. It depends on the situation. I might not need to be nice to you today. I might need to be an asshole to you today for you to get the point, because you don't respond to love, apparently. So, like I said, my other thing, zero tolerance. You get what you give to me, period. If you bring me a bunch of bullshit, that's gonna be reflected right back to you. I'm sorry. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna give you love. And like I said, there are some situations where that works. Sometimes people do have bad days and they come at you crazy. Maybe if you're nice to them, they might come around and be like, oh, I've had that happen. I have. You know, I've had people, boy, you better say that. Whatever the recipe calls for, use it. Yes. I've had that happen. People been rude to me. This when I was younger, you know. And that's like they came to me later. Oh, you've been so nice to me. I don't know why I'm so mean. Okay, but let me tell you something. Do not get stuck on one thing or one way of being. You are all things. Let me say that again. You are all things. You are not one way or the other. I've gotten to the point where I don't even like calling myself a nurse. I don't like calling myself no phone sex operator, an Uber driver, what does that do, tarot card reader. I am every damn thing. I am whatever the situation calls for. Whatever the recipe calls for, that's what I'm going to use. I like that. I'm going to use it. Because you get stuck. People get stuck with, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm this, I'm that. Just be what's called for. Yes, Kenya, I like that. Fluid. I do. I use that. I say that too. Fluid or flow. Flow between things. Don't get stuck in this one way of being. Flow. Be fluid. Be like, who said that? Be like water. Was that I don't want to say the name because I think what I'm thinking is wrong. Not Jackie Chan. That ain't it, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments. Be like water, my friend. You got to flow. Sometimes you get to freeze them, be like ice and crack stuff. And sometimes you get to wash people clean. You get to do a lot of stuff. Water boils. Water is very versatile, you know, element. It freezes, it boils, it steam, it condensates, do all kind of stuff. So be like that. Be like water. Study water. Because that's good. I like that. I like that. So yeah. Have I made my point in this broadcast? I do have a habit of getting off topic. I think I'm on topic though. So yeah. Pick your word. Pick a word for 2017. And as 2016 comes to an end, start to cut off shit. Get into the repulsion, the cutting off, the kicking out, the getting folks to bounce, giving them the deuces, all of that. Get things out. People, situations, places. If you don't like your job, I don't want to hear nobody else on Facebook. I want to read it. I don't want to hear no more videos about this. Nothing talking about they don't like their job. I don't want to hear none of the deep people, the hoteps talking about I'm going to the plantation. I won't hear about that shit no more. I'm tired of it. And if I'm telling you, y'all think I'm kidding. I'll be scrolling the timeline. You say that dumb shit, I'm gonna delete, block, unfollow. I don't want to see it no more. I only want to see people who are saying to themselves, you know what? Currently up to this point in my life, I have been dealing with this type of energy. I've created this. And guess what? I've created it so I can create something else. You know, they talk about the law of being grateful. Trump posts, you can talk about Trump if you want to, but I need you to talk about how you're going to help us. And when I say help us, I'm going to get it twisted. Anything he do, figure out how to alchemize that shit and turn around for your benefit. This man's a billionaire. So, obviously, he enjoys business. So, what should you do? Go get you some business books. Learn about how a business mind thinks. Let me show you something. This is Robert Herjavec, sorry. If you ever seen the show, God dang, it just left my mind. Hey, Andrea. I am going to look into Chaos Magic, Quentin. Why I can't think of the name of the show? Look, this is is it Canadian? Dragon's Den. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the show he on. Oh my gosh, why is it gone? It'll come back to me. But anyway, he's a business owner. Came here with nothing. He had no money. He built himself up. He got money. So I'm trying to look and see how business people think. Okay, why people fighting stuff and talking about they on the plantation and the government and the man and the Illuminati. I'm so sick of that shit. I was with that shit. Let me tell you something. Everything that I be talking shit about now, honey, I have been in it. That's why I can talk smack about it. Shark Tank, thank you. That's it. It's a show about entrepreneurs. They're going on this panel of entrepreneurs. They invest in the other entrepreneurs' companies. So now they're like real big investment people. So, and there's people sitting around here talking about the Illuminati, all that shit. I used to talk about all that stuff. But I'm telling you, whatever that little piece of me that got good sense that said, look, honey, that ain't really working. That ain't really what it is. You need to move on from that. You've learned something while you was here. Now it's time to grow. I like that part. Thank you for that part. So grateful for it. That part of my good sense. Thank you. So, yeah. Learn how business-minded people work. So if you got a businessman in office, he gonna be on your side. He's probably gonna like you because, or at least not bother your ass. He's going to put laws out there that are going to be for your benefit. Now, if you're a lazy person, and yes, I said lazy, and you don't want to go here and create something, then you're probably gonna get what you get. Now, in 2017, we're gonna be about building some businesses. Why? Because obviously, like I said, I go on my timeline and all I see is Monday. Fuck Monday. Or honey, they done got to work at 8 o'clock. At 8:20, they already talking about I can't wait to go home. That's fucked up. That is some miserable shit. That is 8:20, 20 minutes have gone by and you already ready to go. I can't imagine. That's fucked up. That I gotta sit here 20 minutes have gone by and I still got all these hours to go and I'm already mad at the world. That's messed up. So if that's how you feel it. Embrace it. Like, I fucking don't like this shit. I don't like being here. I don't like the people. I don't like the fact that I gotta ask somebody for a vacation. I don't like the fact that I gotta ask to go pee damn near. Shit. Yeah, and hump day, they already ready for the damn Friday and stuff. Why? So they can go get drunk. Which getting drunk, that's fine. I ain't against getting drunk. Getting drunk is good. But already ready for the weekend, just so you can have 2 days off and then go back and do it again. That's not gonna work. Anybody with good sense is not gonna sit up here and keep repeating that. That's insanity. That's crazy. Every week, day in, day out, week in, week out, hour after hour, you upset because you're doing something that you don't want to do. So what is the wise thing to do? Figure out how to get the fuck out of there. Figure out how to get out of it. Whew, I'm telling you, I have sat here and watched testimony after testimony, video after video of people who have created full-fledged empires from their home. I have sat here and watched people with YouTube channels. YouTube is free, y'all. You can go on YouTube right now, type in your name, an email address, and whatever else they ask for, and now you're on YouTube. You got a full-fledged TV show on YouTube. Do you realize that? A full-fledged TV show. There are people that I watch, and I'm proud of them. I'm like, yes. Who have full-fledged reality shows with 300,000, 500,000, million. These people are not doing anything deep. It's not deep. It's not deep at all. You know, the video editing be on point. That is deep. That's a skill, you know. So I'm not knocking that at all. And when I say it's not deep, what I'm saying is it's just not deep. I don't know how to say it's not deep. It's them doing pranks. You know how everybody's doing all the challenges now. I ate some hot noodles challenge, or I ate a hot pepper challenge, or I pranked somebody. What is the phone lyric challenge? Y'all be watching this. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all watch this, but you're consuming it. Produce some of it. If you know how to do makeup, do you know these makeup artists? Not only do they get on YouTube and promote other products, and it's considered a matter of will. I'm gonna get my money. But Quentin, I'm gonna call you or something. You be talking some, you be saying some stuff. I like that. So I'm gonna get my money. But I'm telling you, these people, I've sat here and watched them within them. I've been on YouTube watching beauty gurus and certain things for like a couple of years. I've seen them go from just being just basic, you know, consistently put out videos, consistently get better cameras, consistently get better techniques. Now they get hundreds of thousands of viewers. Next thing you know, they got a makeup line. Everybody know makeup line. Every Christmas, all these holidays, everybody out here buying. They just said for Black Friday or whatever, people were spending like $1.2 billion. Don't you want a piece of the $1 billion? I'm just saying, why are we complaining that? I'm not saying y'all, because I know y'all on point if you watching my video, but if you complaining about, send this to your people that's complaining. Next time you get somebody on your timeline, hit share, send it to them in their inbox. Let them say, watch this video. Stop complaining about your job when there's all these opportunities to not have to complain. You don't have to. Complaining is a choice. Being miserable is a choice. Staying stuck is a choice. Now, yes, there are reasons why. Like I said, there's energy. Like I said, my energy, fire. Ooh, I'm excited about this. Ooh, I'm gonna do this. I have big ideas. It took me figuring out my energy to bring myself into balance so I could be sustainable, so I could continue these big ideas that I would have. So yes, there's those aspects, but everything starts with a decision to be different. And if, as the good book says, if you seek, you will find. Knock, and the door will be open unto you. Ask, and you shall receive. I'm just saying, it's all out there. You know, if you have to decide to cultivate a different mentality. You have to decide to get out of that. So like I said, choosing these power words, choosing these words, these themes, choose something that's going to keep you driven. Get excited about something, and so it is exactly. Get something that's going to make an actual change in your life and work on it. You got to work on it every day. You got to do something every day to continue that momentum. So choosing a theme for your year, you know, if it's you in a fucked up relationship, choose your theme. Do you want to stay in a fucked up relationship, or do you want to be happy? Do you want to get lots of penis in 2017, or do you want to be dry as a desert? What do you want to do? Figure it out. If you're broke as a joke, do you want to be rich in a motherfucker in 2017? Decide that that's what you want to do, and then take the steps to get there. I've decided that I want all of the above. I want the riches of health. I done gained some weight. Yes, I have. I was really fucked up about that too. I was fucked up about that. I was like, God damn. Yes, with the eggplant, girl. I love when y'all be putting up the eggplants. That's funny. I'll tell you, I've gained some weight, And it's because of the lack of focus. Oh my gosh, and allowing people in. I gotta write this down. I'm gonna do a whole video about, do not let people fuck you up. Thank you. He said, if you're broke as a joke, at least be a comedian. I'm telling you, letting people, I can sit here because I own everything that I do, own every situation I've been in, and I can sit here and pinpoint. It was at that point right there, hold on, that point right there, where you allowed this person into your mind to change your mindset about things. And now this is the roller coaster or the snowball that we on now. Now you fucked up down here by yourself and you gotta fix it. You gotta become sovereign. You have to become I like the term CEO of your life. You have to run this shit. Run you. You can't allow, I don't care. I am savage. I'm very savage at this point. I didn't even realize I was that savage. I'm actually really ruthless. I thought I was nice. I'm not nice. Unless there's a reason to be nice. Actually, my default is actually very savage and ruthless. I didn't know I was this way. I cut off everybody. I cut off things. If you're not really, I had challenges with one person. I did. I had challenges with one person, and it was that residual bullshit that was going on. You gotta cut all that shit out. There was one person. I'm gonna lie. There's one person that I kept trying to reframe it and, let me do it this way. And it worked a little bit. It did work a little bit. But at the end of the day, I got what I needed and I'm out. Okay. It is always one. It's always one. You think you're doing something and then one. You have to get so focused and so keen, and you be looking at it like, no. Even you can't stay. I can't even do nothing with you. So 2016, by the time December 31st 2016 hit, that clock and that ball drop and all that, if you ain't made the cut, I don't know what to tell you. I'm good people to be around. I really am. I'm really, really good people to know, to associate with, all that. Really good. You don't make the cut, I feel sorry for you. I really do. So yeah, pick something. Pick something that you can focus on. Sit down and really think about what you want. Whatever the fuck you want, you can have it. And I'm not saying that from the woo-woo place. I'm really, really being practical. I have watched people, and I have even myself started to get these multiple streams of income. And then somebody came to me and said, hold up, you're doing good, but guess what? You can also do multiple streams of passive income. See, there's levels to this. There's levels. See, I make a decent living as a nurse. Decent don't excite me no more. Not at all. Then there's, how you handle the money that's coming in. I could have done that way better as far as managing it, But then I got into, y'all already know I be trying to put you up on this phone sex. My ladies, phone sex operator. Life-changing, game-changing. There's levels to that too. You got to keep putting the energy into it. Keep honing your craft. And my mentor, Sydney, my mentor, I love her. I watched some video. I'm telling you, I was looking at her videos on her page, and I was like, phone sex, people don't do that. That went out in the early 90s. Hell, before that, I don't know. I was like, people don't do that shit. She proved me wrong. I was like, oh, people still do that. She really put me on to that. And then she put up the video. I posted on my page, get inside the mind of a rich phone sex operator. Done. I was like, where my card at? I was like, we got to pay for this. So and I'm about to get me another girl, because having multiple characters you know, ups and profits. It's good now, but it's about to get great, really great. So there's just so many, you know, you don't need to work hard, you need to work smart. Being on my phone and making money, that's some smart money right there. Very smart money. The Uber I started last week, doing good. Who gonna complain about $175 in a week and a half? Who's gonna complain? $175. Yeah. 50, 20, yeah. $178 actually. In a week and a half. You know? Who's gonna complain about making $138 in an evening? You know, you just hop on the phone, start talking, and then one of them listens to somebody snore. Literally. That's some savage shit. You go sit there and look, if you got all them morals and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's taking, they call you to pay for things. You just want to say, you get inside these people's minds. They like that shit. They like it. There's more to what happened in that call. If you want to know, inbox me, I'll tell you. But, I don't know what else to say. If you don't like what's going on in your life, change it. Somebody said, if you don't like what's going on, you're not a tree. Change it. Trees just grow. The seed dropped or whatever, and this tree that's sitting beside me right now, I'm looking at it, it's probably been there forever. It can't do nothing. It don't have the consciousness you have. You know, trees are awesome. You can learn a lot of lessons from trees, steadfastness, unrootable, whatever. You can get some lessons from trees. You get lessons from everything. But you are a human being, and you have the consciousness, the awareness is available to you to change your situations, to shift to whatever you want to be or whatever you want to have. So sitting around talking about you don't like your job, that's a waste of your energy. You know, they always tell you that what you put your energy on, that's what's going to grow. That is true. So don't get it twisted that, you know, you're in a relationship with someone. And I always say, because that seems to be the biggest one with people. Like, people inboxing me, coaching conversations I've had, that they're saying, oh, I was in a relationship and I thought if I loved him enough and I did this enough and yada yada yada. And they be saying it in different ways. If it's from a Christian mentality, like, oh, you're supposed to forgive him and love him, and it don't work. If it's from the metaphysical or spiritual ones, it's, oh, you need to, if you keep focusing on his negativity or her negativity, then it's gonna change. That ain't true. It's not. You can also focus on getting them the hell out, and that'll grow too. The getting out will grow. The getting the hell away from me will grow. You can also focus on that. So it ain't got nothing to do with only being focused on the person and trying to make them change. It's not gonna happen. So yeah, there's just people walking around distracting me. I'm sorry. I'm outside in my car, like you can't tell. But yeah, 2016, take this time. I have to tell myself every day, right now is cutting off time. You know, be easy with yourself, and just focus on letting things go, removing things that are going to distract you, clearing your mind. To me, this is a good time to do a detox cleanse, which I do believe that I'll be in a position to maybe start that next week. Maybe we can do it together and put together a little challenge, and we can support each other and do it together or whatever. But I think now is a really good time for, since everybody's energy, you know, people who debate the actual beginning of the year and all this stuff, oh, it's the winter time. You do plant seeds in the soil when some seeds do get planted and then they grow later. So it depends on how you're looking at it. I don't get into all that because I've been in all that and I'm tired of it. Right now, I'm just focused on what is. And what is that most of the mentalities are focused on the new year's coming. And that, you know, we're going to be making those resolutions. Don't even make no resolutions. Make some solutions. Create some solutions. Say now, look, you know, get you a piece of paper, a notebook if you got to. Write it down and say, what do I want? What do I not like? You can write down what you don't like. You don't have to be fucking positive all the time. People always tell me, you need to be positive. No, sometimes you need to be negative to get positive. Sometimes you need to purge and know what the hell you don't like to know what you do like or what you do want. You need to look at your situation. You need to be real with what's going on right now. What's happening right now in my life? Am I waking up every morning dreading going to work? Or am I waking up every morning depressed or not getting up in the morning? Whatever it is, look at it and say, okay, I don't like this. And then say, what would I prefer? And then figure out ways to get there. You know, take your time with it. But this is a good energy, a good time to be like, it's about to be the winter. Then freeze all that shit, kill it. Most things don't survive the frost. They die. Use the energy to kill that shit. You know? Perfect time. It's the winter. Freeze it. Hell, I do a little hoodoo, a little magic stuff. Do some freezer spells. This is all symbolic stuff to create your physical reality. You're using physical things to focus your energy and stuff. Write all that shit down that you do not like, that you do not want, and put it in a plastic bag, pour the water in there, put it in the freezer. Freeze that shit. Kill it. Get rid of it. So, and then then you can get your potted plants and symbolically plant seeds. Write down your little petitions, what you want. Write that down, plant it in the pot, and then let that grow. All this is symbolic. Some hoodoo stuff and some magical stuff. All of that. Do that. Do all these things, these rituals, these little things to help you get through things. You can do that if you want to. If you don't want to, then just write it down. You can burn it symbolically. You can just do whatever you need to do. I don't care what you do. I just want everybody to get better. I really do desire that. Now, if you don't want to get better, I'm not going to waste my time and be all upset about it. I used to do that too. I used to be like, oh my gosh, they're not getting better. Well, then fine. Keep doing what you're doing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So, you know, I do want to see everybody do well. I do want to see everybody achieve things. So, pick a word. That's the theme of this broadcast. Pick a word that's going to drive you, motivate you, and get you where you want to be. Decide what you want and take those actions every day to get to it, rather than just, you know, wishing or hoping. Nothing, you can't hope things into reality. You can't wish them like that. You have to put work and action. Again, like I'm telling you right now, I like the Bible. The Bible gives some good advice if you read it right. You can't be reading it and understanding it from a religious perspective and all that crap. That's not going to get you anywhere. I haven't seen it getting by anywhere. The people that use it properly, they get somewhere. So it's fine. Use it properly. Faith without works is dead. There it is. If you don't actually put in the work or do something, all the magic in the world, all the hopeful thinking, all the loving and whatever it is, it's not going to work. You have to do proper actions, consistent proper actions, in order to get the results that you want, period. And if you have any kind of energetic blocks or energetic tendencies, kind of like I told you, I got the fire going crazy and get excited and it kind of dies out, then you start adding elements of air, elements of water, whatever it takes to help sustain that energy that you might have. You know, just get real honest with yourself. Figure out what's going on with you. Oops. Oh, I scared the crap out of myself. I let my window down. I thought somebody trying to break in on me. So anyway, join my YouTube group, YouTube channel. Yes, my YouTube channel, The Scientific Witch. The name will change very soon. But I'll let you know. I mean, it'll just change and you already be subscribed, and that's fine. And then I'll make a video and tell you why I changed it and what the focus is and what the purpose is, and you'll know. If you're not in, this is for women only though, because I'm a woman. I connect with women. I ain't got nothing against men. I love men. Men are great. But the group that I'm about to say, which is The Actualized Goddess. I'm gonna change that name too if I can. If I can't, then you just gonna have to come with me to the new group. Okay, sorry, but I had an epiphany. I told you I've had the word sovereign on my mind, but I added some stuff to sovereign to create this whole thing that I'm trying to put together. So it's a group for women support, women, you know, ideas, tips, things like that. A sister finally cut off all the distractions so she can get herself together. And I'm talking about the bad advice givers, the crazy ass gurus that I would try to just listen to. And it's not saying that you shouldn't listen to people, but you got to make sure that you got to do a lot of investigating. And that's why I try to tell people my mistakes, so they'll be like, oh, I don't need to do that because it's not gonna work for me. And I'm telling you, I've done certain things and it does not work. It's horrible. There's some gurus out here that's giving some horrible advice, and their life all fucked up, and they try to tell you, you know, it's a difference between you making a mistake and being like, okay, this is the mistake that I made and this is how I fixed it, and this is how you can fix it or how you can avoid it, and somebody who's just guruing you to death and they ain't really got nothing going on, or they just tell you half the story. That shit's annoying. No. So check out my Facebook page, or my Facebook group, The Actualized Goddess, if you're a woman. I have a, what do you call it, unisex, whatever, group. It's called Vibrational Alchemy Life. I'm probably going to change the name of that one too. And then I also have my YouTube channel, The Scientific Witch. So I'm going to get off here now, and I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a football game. I could drive for Uber. I could go to work tonight, or I could get on the phone. See, multiple streams of income. I have a choice, so I can do which one feels best to me. So if I don't feel like leaving the house, I can go get on the phone, make money. Okay. If I feel like driving, being a little sort of semi-social and kicking with people and having people, customers or whatever, I can go drive for Uber, which I think I'm going to do because I only need one more so I can unlock my instant pay. So I should probably do that just to get that. Yes, it's a strategy because it's good to be able to get in your car and go make money. It's good to hop on your phone and make money. It's good to be able to call an agency and be like, hey, I want to work tonight from, you know, I can go 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I go 11 to 7 in the morning. Choices. See how much better that sounds? Choices. I have a choice. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. Or I can stay the hell home and not do nothing. But I feel like making some money, so I'm gonna do something. So get some choices, get some multiple streams. Multiple streams of income is great. Passive is even better. Build it up. I'm gonna tell you about mine. I'm working on my first one. I'm not gonna share with you something that I ain't done, I haven't completed yet. I know that it works because I've seen testimonies and I see the process, and anything works if you do the work. So once I start doing it, the passive income, I'll share with you. I'm open book. I'll share whatever. So because I want everybody else to win too. So I'm gonna get off here. Y'all have a good evening. Stay productive. Get you a power word for 2017. Cut off all the bullshit from 2016. Let it go. Be ruthless with your shit. Be unapologetic with your shit. Don't worry about other people's opinions, because honey, if they're not in your house paying bills, making you happy, giving you orgasms, feeding you, what else? It ain't doing nothing for you, fuck them. Who cares what they think? I don't care who it is. Your mama. Yes, your grandmama. Look at my face. I'm dead serious. I don't care who it is. You have to go. You're not adding to me. You will be subtracted. You'll be taken out. Oh, the sun. This light. This looks good. Okay. The sun is back there. And it looks good. Anyway, let me stop. So, yeah. Get you some power words. A word, phrase, whatever it is. Part of mine is sovereignty in my mind, meaning my mindset, my thoughts, my money, meaning my resources, the things I have available to me, the amount of money I have to invest in myself, other people, things, whatever it is, and my magic, my ability to create, my ability to destroy, because it's not all about creation. There's also destruction, getting things, moving things away from you, having a system. It's good to have a magical system, whatever system that is that you choose. Get with it and master it. Don't just dabble in it. Don't just say, you know, I'm gonna read a couple of books and do a couple of things here and there. Master that shit. So my sovereignty of mind, money, and magic. Get it together. Do what you gotta do. Cut off with their head. Cut people out. Let them go. Invite, you know, for a time, just fuck with you. Be by yourself. And then as time goes on, once you've built yourself up to a certain level, then start inviting people in. But always remember, you can cut anybody out at any time for any reason. No, zero tolerance. Peace.